Hello everybody, welcome to Academy for Benchmarking. My name is Arpana, I'm a trainer here. In this series, we are going to study elementary grammar. This is an emendation of all that you studied in school, so it encompasses all the elementary aspects of basic grammar. But for thorough, intensive practice, you need to learn from your trainer live, be it online or offline. And after every topic or chapter, you need to attempt the questions given in your workbook. If for any doubts, you should contact your mentor. And in no time, you should be able to comprehend advanced grammar as well. So let's get started. Please do like this video, it will encourage us, and also do share it with your friends and relatives if you want them to benefit from this. And for more such educative content, please subscribe to our channel. So broadly, we have three tenses: present, past and future. In present, we have simple present, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Note the spelling of continuous. It is C-O-N-T-I-N-U-O-U-S. Likewise, you have for past another 4 categories and in future another 4 categories. And we're going to use and learn the tenses on the basis of the usage. The more frequently we use it, the ahead and more intensive the study will be. So starting with the common tense, and in many cases it's incorrectly used as well, that is simple present tense. And in this we are going to start with the to be forms. To be forms indicate a state of being or existence. What are you? What is your designation? What is your quality? So the standard chart you have to remember is I am, we are, you are. Whether it's singular or plural, it will always be you are. And he, she, it is, they are. So when I say third person, it need not be person. It can be a place, thing, animal, anything. So I say my dog is, Mumbai is, India is. They again can be used for human beings as well as things, places, cities, everything. So let's look at examples of these words. The first one, I am at Chinchpokli right now. So it shows my existence. I am an astronaut. I am a diligent and scrupulous employee. So what is diligent? Diligent is hardworking, industrious. Scrupulous is who goes by his conscience. If he feels that this is not right, he won't do it. Kind of ethical and honest, you can say. I'm not an exercise freak. Okay. Mind you, when I say I'm teaching English, I'm learning English, that is present continuous. So that usage of am is different. This usage of am is in simple present tense, it's the only verb. And the next one is we are and you are. So we are peers. So peers are those who are in the same designation. Colleagues are all those who work together. Peers are who are in the same designation. So you can also call them opposite number. And when I talk in terms of school and college student, peers would be your batchmates, classmates. We are co-students of AFP, that is, we study together. So if there is one student, I say you're my student. If there are multiple students, I say you're my students. You are punctual. You're the most manipulative person I've ever known. Moving forward, examples of he, she, it is. So any name of a person, place, thing, we will use is. Singular name is. He is my confidant. Confidant is somebody whom you trust that he will not reveal your secrets to anybody. You have confidence in him. Maria is my bestie. Mumbai is a cosmopolitan, lively and vibrant city. Cosmopolitan is a place where people of different languages and religions and races live together in harmony. New York is another cosmopolitan city. India is a South Asian country. The Alps is in Switzerland. Now examples of they are. They are supporters of the ruling party. You and I are partners in crime. Those hawkers are unscrupulous swindlers. So we learn scrupulous is honest, ethical. So unscrupulous would be wicked, cunning. Swindlers are cheaters. My cousins. So cousins are plural, so we use are. Had it been my cousin, we would use my cousin is wealthier than me. Multiple, so my cousins are wealthier than me. Most Indians are hardworking. This is again simple present tense, but another verb, that is to have verb. It indicates what you have, what you possess. So the chart that you have to remember is I, we, you, they, have. He, she, it, has. Do not remember singular we use has, plural have. That is wrong. Otherwise you will continue using you, has, I, has. So that is wrong English. So he, she, it has, Mumbai has, India has, my family has, my house has. We will use has here. Examples of this verb. I have a decent bank balance. I have a broad bone structure. We have a property in our native village. We have 10 employees working under us. You have a nice house. You have excellent presentation skills. It's a good idea to write all these slides because it will give you practice of writing, and sometimes you make elementary spelling mistakes. So thanks to MS Word, people have started making spelling mistakes. So this will help you negate all those. Now a little tricky one. With third person singular, we use has. So even if he's away from you or in front of you, I will use has. So he has a pet dog. If I take a name like Christopher, Christopher has a pet dog. She has some financial problems due to which she cannot chip in. Chip in is contribute. Ralph has blue eyes. Michael has no confidence. Mumbai has a good network of roads, railways and metro lines. India has a rich cultural history. America has 50 states. Now plural. They have a prospering diamond business. Bruce and Blake. So two names. Bruce and Blake have a superlative track record of event management. Had it been only one name like Blake, I would say Blake has a superlative track record of event management. Okay. So having understood this, attempt the questions and then we will move on to the action verbs. The same chapter. Now there are two types of verbs, static verbs and dynamic verbs. So be and have forms that we just learned, they are static verbs. Static means they don't move. Dynamic verbs, action moves, that means they move. So sit, stand, play, go, come, study, sleep, they are all action verbs. So here the rule is somewhat similar to has and have. So with I, we, you, they, we use play. He, she, it plays. So if I say go, I, we, you, they go. Ram goes, my friend goes, my mother goes to the temple. So I will use goes there. Okay. So there is one misconception among people that when there is an S, it is plural. That is applicable only for nouns like book, books. But look, looks. She looks good. Maria looks good. So let's take the example of play. I play cricket. We play cricket. You play cricket. He plays cricket. Virat plays cricket. They play cricket. But again, two names, the S is dropped. Virat and Rohit play cricket. So in the last example, we can consider play as a plural verb. And Virat plays cricket. Here plays is a singular verb. Likewise, work. You work in a restaurant or for a restaurant. That's also correct. Calvin works for a restaurant. A chef works in a restaurant. And chefs work in restaurants. So you observe when there is chefs, it becomes chefs work in restaurants. Okay. So in some cases there is an S in the verb, some cases ES, some cases IES. This comes with a lot of reading practice, but there is a small rule which you can remember. We know we have 5 vowels in English language, A, E, I, O, U. Why are they called vowels? Because when we say these letters or when we make these sounds, our lips actually don't touch. That's why they are called vowels. So the remaining 21 letters are consonants, B, C, D, F, G, etc. So when the verb ends with Y and it is preceded by a vowel. So verb ends with Y preceded by a vowel, like play. In play, A is a vowel. In buy, U is a vowel. Then you just add an S in third person singular. So plays, says, buys. If the verb ends with Y preceded by a consonant, the Y goes away. It is superseded by I and then you add ES. So flies, carries, tries. Do, go, verbs ending with O. You have does, goes. Pronunciation, again you have to listen to native speakers, listen to how your teacher is saying those words and catch that, because English is such a language that beyond a point you cannot teach pronunciations. It only comes with a lot of listening practice. Again, verbs ending with ch, like search, preach, teach, you add an es, like searches, preaches, teaches. Preaches, giving religious sermons, that is preach. Verbs ending with sh, you have push, crush and flush. So you have pushes, crushes, flushes. Verbs ending with x, like fox and box. Now you will ask me, fox is an animal, how can it come under the category of verb? So the quality of fox is what? Cheating, it is cunning. So you can say, it can be used as a verb also, like don't try to fox me, I was foxed by his sweet talks. So there again you use es, foxes, boxes in third person singular. We are now going to see how to make sentences into negative, interrogative positive and interrogative negative forms. So remember, English learning is not just memorizing compositions, long passages. You need to ask questions so that the other person replies. He will ask you a question and you reply, and that is why it is imperative that you also learn to make questions for effective communication. So when we take the root verb like am, for example, I am an impulsive shopper. Impulsive is what? You're not prudent. You just go to a mall, you like something, you buy it. You don't even realize whether you need it or not. That is impulsive shopping. So negative, you have two forms. I'm not an impulsive shopper. Colloquial English, you can say I ain't an impulsive shopper. But for IELTS speaking and writing, I recommend use the long forms. I'm not an impulsive shopper. Interrogative positive, you just put am before the subject. Am I an impulsive shopper? Interrogative negative, again you have two forms. Am I not an impulsive shopper, or ain't I an impulsive shopper? So what you're not used to, start using those so you have a range of sentences in your speaking and writing. But let me remind you, ain't is not a contracted form of just am not. When I say is not and are not, I can still use ain't, and this is very much a British English. Like they ain't coming to the wedding, or she ain't happy with the proposal. So it means she's not happy with the proposal. So moving forward with is, he is a consistent performer. So negative will automatically change the meaning. He's not a consistent performer, or he isn't a consistent performer. So IP is interrogative positive, IN is interrogative negative. Is he a consistent performer? Is he not a consistent performer? Isn't he a consistent performer? Likewise, I recommend that you first memorize this and then try the other exercise for Fred is parsimonious. Parsimonious is stingy, miserly, and then try to write it on your own. And then are. They are a formidable team. Formidable is strong, who is able to incite fear in the opponents. So formidable opponent, formidable enemy, formidable army, formidable fort. So it's a very effective word in writing. So negative is, they are not a formidable team. They aren't a formidable team. And when you ask a question, are they a formidable team? Are they not a formidable team? Aren't they a formidable team? So having studied this, you can then try for via adversaries. Adversaries are opponents, enemies. And then comes for have. So here there is a change. You have to introduce do and does. So with have, negative and question forms will have do. We have loads of wealth. Instead of just saying lots of all the time, use variations. Ample of, loads of, copious amounts of, myriad of. Negative is we do not have loads of wealth. We don't have loads of wealth. And the question will be, do we have loads of wealth? Do we not have loads of wealth? Don't we have loads of wealth? Just memorize them. And again, you can try for the other example. You have an iPad. And now with has, you have to introduce does. Remember, does and has never go together. It's always going to be does and have in negative and question forms. So Harry has a BMW. Harry does not have a BMW. Harry doesn't have a BMW. Question will be, does Harry have a BMW? Does Harry not have a BMW? Doesn't Harry have a BMW? And then studying this, you can try the next one. Sue has a plush library at home. Plush is opulent, palatial, something which is posh. A better word for posh. And then action verbs. So adore. If I take the root verb as adore, the positive is they adore you. Negative becomes they do not adore you. They don't adore you. Do they adore you? Do they not adore you? Don't they adore you? And then Another example to try on your own is you know max. And in case of any doubts, always ask your trainer. Don't have an element of suspicion in any of the sentence formation, because we are learning very basic grammar now. Okay, he goes to school. So normally with school, we never ever use the article the. And with goes to, again, the is omitted. So we say he goes to school. Negative is he does not go to school. He doesn't go to school. Interrogative positive is does he go to school? Does he not go to school? Doesn't he go to school? And then the example to try on your own is Christopher sells confectionery. Confectionery is all the sweets and chocolates. So here you use the 6 sentences you can make. And then you can try for I do a decent job, and then Janice does sewing. So then you can attempt all the exercises in your book, but now we'll just compile the common question forms which are normally asked incorrectly by many students. So like I said, with he, she, it or any single name in questions, you must use does, and I, we, you, they or plural names we use do, but this is all for action verbs. Examples: does your father work for a bank? Do you report to work on time? Do you play cricket? Do you like eating sweets? Does your mom work? Do they bully you? Do I know you? Does Wilson discuss project details with you? Do you know each other? Do we understand each other? Does your husband abuse you? Do you live in a tower? Does your boss make you work overtime? Do you carry work home? Do you have a CCTV camera in your apartment block? Does your company give annual increments? And for is MR, it indicates your designation or some quality. So adjectives usually. Is your father an employee of a bank? Are you punctual? Is your mother a working woman? Am I your boss? Am I your slave? Am I not sincere? Are you my friend? Is your society a big one? Is your brother independent? Are you a working woman? Are you an entrepreneur? Are you a full-time maid? So that's the end of this chapter. Practice, make some sentences on your own, and then you can proceed to chapter number 2. So if you found this link helpful and this session very informative, please do like this video. It will encourage us, and also do share it with your friends and relatives if you want them to benefit from this. And for more such educative content, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you.